As we went home, we left on different days and we lost each other. We didn't have the ability to stay in touch.
Returning home from Vietnam was not easy for Gary Gillum. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Crystal Blair. For many years, he says that he could not emotionally heal, but 30 years later, everything changed, and our David Chazanov met with him earlier this week. David, what was it that changed his life?
Yeah, well, Crystal, 2005 is the year the Charlie Company formed. It's a group that brings Vietnam vets together and honors fallen soldiers as well as their families. I asked Gillum what led to this idea, and he says it was just one phone call.
A phone call from our company commander back in 1971 saying that he had been setting wreaths at Arlington for our men ever since he returned home, and I should be there with him.
It was an offer Gillum says he couldn't refuse.
I flew to Washington. We laid the first wreath. We started talking, and he says, "You think we can find more of our men?"
And they did.
Through the years, we've been able to gather 60, 80 names.
Finding those names required help from other veterans.
And we've been having reunions starting in 2006. I think we had 7, 8 guys. This year we'll have around 31, 32.
Every year, Vietnam vets meet at a cemetery to honor a fallen soldier. And sometimes it's not just the veterans who show up.
We would wind up meeting family.
Gillum says he hopes to do one thing when meeting with a family.
Tell the family about their loved one, that he wasn't alone, he didn't die alone, that he was surrounded by men that cared enough for him that they would have died themselves for him, and some did.
And that conversation is not a one-time thing.
We maintain contact with all the families that we've visited. We've visited 18 grave sites in 12 states since September of 2015.
What Gillum says is most meaningful to him is talking to his fellow soldiers.
Nobody understands like your brother that was with you. As we started getting together, we realized that we brought clarity to the past. We started finding some healing.
Gillum gets together with Vietnam rifleman Bob Lister every reunion. Lister says to this day he's still surprised he's a Charlie Company brother.
I felt like a weak link, and so I didn't go for like 4 years. My first wife passed away, and I remarried, and my next wife said, "You gotta go. These guys keep calling you, and it's only for a good reason."
So when he finally went to a reunion,
it was very, very emotional. It's the best thing I ever did in my life. I'd never miss another one.
Lister encourages other Vietnam veterans struggling in silence to seek help.
It's a big step to take, but you'll be so glad that you did.
Now, the Charlie Company's next reunion is tomorrow morning. The group will hold a memorial at College of the Ozarks to honor late Sergeant Guy Shannon. For more details, you can find this story at ozarksfirst.com.